Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome in to the WTIM, your information station. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. Today in my studio, I have Jessica Franks, a coordinator with the Red Kettle Campaign. How are you today, Ms. Franks?
Very good.
Thanks. You so much. Yeah.
Oh, thank you for having me this morning.
I was going to say thank you for coming in. We got some great things to talk about today. I'm very excited about it. So a little bit about the Red Kettle Campaign. We're going into the holiday season already. I can't even believe it. So talk to us a little bit about this. Generally, what is the Red Kettle Campaign?
Well, it is a fundraising campaign held by the Salvation Army where we get to keep 85% of the donations that we receive that come through the kettles. And we set up yearly at Walmart as well as Kroger. And we have different volunteers throughout the community that will take turns ringing the bell and looking for donations. And then that's all distributed to different things in the community.
Amazing. Okay, so yeah, now we're getting our answers to who the people are ringing bells outside collecting donations, because I like to donate, but also I'm not quite sure where it's always going to. It's an easy thing to drop your money into, but that's really amazing. 85% of these funds is coming back into the city. That's really awesome.
It's great. Yeah, it is a great opportunity for us to fundraise. Yes.
Totally. So let's talk about what about the other 15%? Where's that going?
That just covers the employees that work for the Salvation Army. They do a lot of job prep and things like that. But then they also, they have a whole entire office staff that they have to employ. So I'm sure that a very large portion of that does support that.
Sure. Yeah. All right. So 85% is coming back to the city. Now, we can talk coordinating people. You still need volunteers for all of this?
Absolutely. We always need volunteers. Last year we did very well. We didn't have Kroger, where Kroger was closed with their remodel and things like that. And even with Kroger being closed, we still cleared over $7,500 just at Walmart. So the year before that, because of course 2 years before that, we were down for COVID. And so our first year back, we raised over $10,000. Then last year without Kroger was still $7,500. So it's a lot of money that we get to keep here to distribute among some of the programs that the Taylorville Ministerial Association covers and helps support all of those things that we do.
Yeah, without a doubt. How does it feel to have Kroger back in the mix?
Oh, it'll be great. It will be great. We have some groups that absolutely love to be there. And a lot of times it's a lot warmer there than it is at Walmart, and it's always very popular. So it was real unfortunate to lose that last year, but we're glad to be back at it this year.
Yeah, 2 bad years back to back, a remodel and then COVID. You can't forget about that. It always slips my mind. But
right.
$7,500 with just the Walmart contribution. That's huge.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What are you expecting? I'm not going to, you don't want to make any estimations, but definitely you're
Oh, for sure. At least get back to what we had the year before that coming out of COVID, but I would suspect that it would be a lot greater. During the holidays, people always want to try to do more and give more. And so I just look for it to continue to increase because people see such a need. And that's a very easy way for them to help when, even if it's just $1 or $2, they can't spend $100 to put someone in a hotel for a night, but they can give $2. And if everybody does that, we're good to go.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we're talking about that 85% that is going back into the community. Can you tell us some of those specific things that money will be going towards?
Yes, actually it comes back into the Ministerial Association, and then we will distribute that between different arms of the association that we have. So in the past we've helped, with the food pantry, things like that, but now they're very, pretty self-sufficient. So that actually now gets split between the Emergency Assistance Program and also with CEFS in the community. And so we might use that money. It could be, an overnight hotel stay, could be a gas voucher, a food voucher at Kroger. But it could even go as far as through CEFS, she will use it to help people get identification if they're trying to get a new job, may even buy them some new work clothes and things like that. Helps a lot.
That's amazing. Is that all part of that emergency access program?
The emergency assistance would be the lodging, the gas, and the food. So all the other things go through CEFS.
Sure.
Yes.
Especially during a time when people, might really need it, and during a time when, it's cold outside and people really need help with that kind of stuff, and it can be really important. And that's really exciting. You mentioned a couple of the different arms of the Ministerial Association as kind of both of them right there. You said CEFS and
Yes, well, CFS is not part of the Ministerial Association, but they do so much that is in the same line as us. I mean, churches are we are always approached to ask for things, people in need, and just as much as CFS is.
Sure.
And so we just distribute between and help them too, because we know they're getting just as much of a demand as we are.
Yeah, absolutely. You were just talking about demand and people that need help. You talked about the food pantry a little bit, which you said they're self-sufficient now, which is amazing. All the local grocery stores have been helping them out a little bit. But what is the involvement?
Well, I mean, initially, if there was a need, then we would have helped them. But they would have people come there. Of course, if you're coming to get food from there, chances are you're probably in need for some other things as well. And so, if they were getting those same type of demands through the food pantry, we would have been able to help them that way. But now they do fairly well on their own, and so now we're able to pour more of that money into the things like the emergency housing and things like that are needed.
If there are struggling families listening, or people that maybe do find themselves in times where they're not quite sure if they will have enough money to cover rent or this or that, where can they call? Where can they reach out to?
You could actually reach out to almost any church in Taylorville. Some of them are not extremely active in the Ministerial Association, but they would all know who to be able to get you in touch with. You could reach out to the food pantry. You could reach out to CEFS. But if you go through any church, they're going to be able to connect you with the Ministerial Association, and we'll be able to help you.
Sure. That's really amazing right there. Let's talk dates and times for when the bell ringers are going to be out there.
Yes, well, we are going to start the first week of December. And so we'll be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday every week. So we'll have 4 weeks. It's a little bit shorter than normal. I feel like we've been having five weeks. It'll be shorter, but I still would like for us to exceed the past goals that we've had.
I really think you guys are going to accomplish that this year. You guys got Kroger and Walmart. Both locations are fully healthy at this point.
Right, absolutely.
We got a healthy population as well, not dealing with COVID. So that's really great. It sounds like it's going to secure a lot of funds, and it's going to go to the right places. That's really, really awesome. What else do we have to know about the Salvation Army?
Well, if you would like to volunteer, we just reach out to any church. We get a lot of help from different churches. But what has really impressed me a lot has been different community organizations that have also stepped up to help. And so if you don't mind, I love to be able to acknowledge some of them, but like Davis Memorial is always very helpful. Crossroads always volunteers. But then when we have these community organizations like CEFS, I know you often have them in from Kimmer Village, and they volunteer each year. The YMCA sends a crew. Loving Arms with Kathy, they send a crew. So it's really great to be able to have people like that will come and volunteer maybe an entire day. They'll cover all 4 shifts for one day. But what impressed me a lot last year was we ended up having some groups from the school come, even from the high school. And when you have a wrestling team or people from the football team, it's really awesome to see. And I think it's very important that we get the kids involved.
Well, having the high schoolers involved is one amazing thing, and the local community organizations is another. Because if you're wanting to donate and you see someone that makes a great community difference all the time, or a high schooler, you want to promote them, it's an even better reason to do so. It sounds like the community organizations and the students have really cause for better donations.
Absolutely. And even aside from that, because you'd love to see people come together and do that, but a lot of these people are people that help people all the time. It's what they do every day. The one that I love is like the mom that reaches out and says, I want to start doing this with my kids every year, and like last year we'd have a day where dad and son are at one door of Walmart, mom and daughter at another door, because they just want to instill that in their kids. Just if you can't give back financially, at least you can stay in there, you can give of your time, and it just helps teach them to help others.
It can become a family tradition of some
Absolutely.
kind.
Absolutely. Yes.
Really awesome. We're sitting down with Jessica Franks right now. We thank her for coming in. We're talking about the Red Kettle campaign. There's going to be bell ringers out there for the Salvation Army. The funds are going to be coming back to the Ministerial Association. Am I saying ministerial?
Ministerial.
Ministerial. I knew I was leaving out a synonym. What word am I thinking of? Not synonym. It's
syllable?
Syllable. There it is. We're going to take our short little break here on the WTIM morning show. But we thank Jessica Franks for coming in. We'll talk more about the Salvation Army bell ringers and all the great things coming our way in Taylorville for the holiday season. My name is Tim Zalabak. You're listening to the WTIM morning show.
Your information station, WTIM.
There's a new place in Taylorville to enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and their street is reopened. The all-new American Eagle Restaurant at 102 East Park is open 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. Breakfast includes exquisite skillets, omelets with fresh veggies, and tasty Benedicts. The lunch menu offers lots of sandwiches, wraps, melts, paninis, and super sandwiches. The dinner menu at the all-new American Eagle Restaurant offers steak, pork, seafood, and stir-fry with lots of sides, desserts, and beverages. Check them out. The all-new American Eagle Restaurant, 102 East Park in Taylorville, and their street is reopened.
This is Will Perkins with Taylorville Community Credit Union. Are you looking for a great CD rate? If you are, TCCU has a new CD special that is just what you are looking for. We are currently offering a 7-month share certificate with an annual percentage yield of 5.05% and a minimum deposit of $1,000. This great rate is for a limited time. For more information, please contact us at any of our convenient locations or online at tccu.org. Dividends will be compounded monthly. A penalty for early withdrawal may be imposed. Fees could reduce earnings on the account. Member NCUA.
For most American farmers, their land is their family legacy, and they care for the soil with the next generation in mind. To help growers with their conservation efforts, ADM now offers Regenerations. Regenerations provides cash payments and technical assistance for practices like cover crops and reduced tillage. Participation in Regenerations is easy. It's rewarding, and it's available now. But hurry, the deadline for enrollment is Friday, November 17th. Contact your ADM representative or visit admadvantage.com.
Hello, Panther fans. This is the voice of the Eastern Illinois University Panthers, Mike Brad, inviting all of our fans in Taylorville, Shelbyville, Effingham, and Eastern Illinois to listen for Panther football on your information station, WTIM, on its many platforms on AM, FM, and online. Hear the Panthers as they compete in the Ohio Valley Conference. Follow the Panthers this season on your information station, WTIM, on AM, FM, and online.
AM radio provides always-on news, sports, talk, traffic, and weather reports. And it's also a vital service that provides important emergency information when your community needs it most. Tell Congress you need AM radio to stay in your car. Because when cell phones and the internet are down, this free emergency service is critical. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in cars.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
It's time for the 2023 Shelbyville Festival of Lights. Over 500 displays with bright lights and vivid colors that can't be beat. Bring your family starting at 5, November 17th through January 1st. Click their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Over 50 years and 3 generations of legacy serve you at Dale Williams Trucking in Fillmore. From agriculture to road construction hauling, they do it all. Find out how they can help you. Click their icon above the weather on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host. We thank you all for listening in today. Thank you so much to our stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. In my studio today, we've been talking to Jessica Franks, the coordinator with Red Kettle Campaign, donations with the Salvation Army bell ringers. You see them out for the holiday season. Let's remind them one more time about the Red Kettle Campaign. One more time for us, Jessica. These funds, where are they going to?
They are 85% staying right back here in Taylorville. That's going to be used for many different needs that arise through the community. It's going to be every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 10 to 4, 2-hour slots, starting on December 1st.
Perfect. And it looks like we might still need volunteers.
Oh, absolutely. We're just getting started with our volunteers. We'll go back to the ones that have historically always volunteered. But even last year, over half of our slots weren't filled. And so even with last year raising over $7,500, it could have been double that had we had the other remaining slots filled. So if we can fill them up, we can continue to raise more and do more for people in our community.
Without a doubt. And one more time, for people that do want to get involved in volunteering, who can they call and where can they go?
You could reach out to your pastor if you're in a church or any local community organization. Like, you could go to CEFS. You could reach out directly to me. I don't mind. I always give out my phone number if that's okay with you. It is 217-561-3808. You could reach out to CEFS or even to the food pantry. They'll be able to direct you on where to go to get signed up.
Plenty of places to go to get informed and signed up there.
Yes.
So really easy, making it easy on people. And you read off some of the dates, but it'll be coming December 1st. It's the
December 1st, very first weekend.
Awesome. And that's when to start donating out there for the holiday season. Just so many great organizations involved there around the Taylorville community. So that's really awesome. Let's talk a little bit more about this ministerial association. It's you guys just had your trunk or treat on the 30th. Is that right?
Well, we do that for our church.
Okay.
And so yes, my husband pastors that church, and so that's something our church does. But he's also the president of the Ministerial Association. And so the Ministerial Association is kind of an umbrella over several different smaller things in the community. So that would include this emergency assistance program, the food pantry, the community garden is included, Missions for Taylorville is there as well, and Safe Passage.
Wow.
We are all together.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Thank you for explaining that.
Yes.
Umbrella gives me a better view of everything now. And even Safe Passage, we get to talk to Denise Evans quite a bit.
Right. Absolutely.
A few amazing organizations under that umbrella. So
a lot of people doing some pretty great things, really.
Yeah. I mean, if you look for it, they really, really are. I have the opportunity to meet these people and talk to them. People like you, Miss Jessica Frank. Right. So yeah, it's really, really awesome. So Crossroads Church, and it might be a little off topic. How was your trunk or treat?
It went great. Good. Very good. It was supposed to be outside, but I'm sure everybody knows very cold. So we moved inside, but we still had several kids. And even last night, we went out to Calvary. They had a huge one too, and they still kept theirs outside, and it was very well attended. So events like that in the community are great. Seeing churches do like that for the community is awesome.
Makes me happy to hear that people were still out, even though it was cold out there. A lot of the local churches, a lot of the local businesses were holding trunk or treats.
Yes.
It's really awesome.
Great. I love it. I love to see it.
What does that mean to you? And does that make you want to get more? I mean, just light that fire just a little bit more of donations of things that are possible.
Right. Here. Well, and it just shows how many people want to do things to help other people. And a lot of times people may just not know what to do. And so if you don't know what to do and you're not involved with somebody that has an event in the community, at least you know if you're given to the Salvation Army and that it's coming back into the community, and you have no idea what benefit it could have to the person that receives it.
Sure. What if a person or an organization even, are these funds specifically for just individuals and families of Taylorville?
Yes, it is specific to Taylorville. And, if someone is in the area and maybe is not from here, of course, exceptions could possibly be made. But just if you're here and there is a need, of course, we're going to try our best not to turn you away.
Of course. That's one thing I have noticed with things like Safe Passage and those programs that are Taylorville programs, but usually not turning your back to people.
No. And often those are countywide, too. Yeah. So, yeah.
It's good. And good to live in the Christian county. It's feels like there's a lot of really strong community values in there.
Absolutely.
That's really amazing. Can I tell a quick story really quick about community values in Taylorville?
Yes.
Traveling back from this Friday's football guard, this Saturday's football game, Taylorville against Murfreesboro, 3-hour-long drive.
Right.
Me and Leroy Klimola, we got a flat tire. And we, in the middle of nowhere, we stopped in Fillmore, dark. 2 Taylorville cars stopped and helped us out. That right there told me everything I needed to know about the Taylorville community.
Absolutely. And I'm not surprised at all, And I saw him actually, he had mentioned that online and I saw it, but I'm not surprised, because I feel like everybody here, there are so many people and you might hear some kind of negative, but I think if you've ever lived outside of the area and you move here, you see it's different. It's much better than people.
I have to see it firsthand. And when I think about these things like the Salvation Army, the Red Kettle campaign, these people donate. These people have this community-minded aspect about them that they're close to it. So you have a great opportunity to do so.
Yes.
Just got anything left for the Red Kettle campaign? We're running close to the end here.
No, just please feel free to reach out. We absolutely need volunteers. Don't ever think that all the slots will be full. They never have been. There is always room for one more. We would love to have you.
And it is very easy to get involved. Jessica was talking, talk to your local pastor and you talk to a lot of local organizations like the Taylorville Food Pantry, they can get you in contact with the correct person. Ms. Franks, we really appreciate you coming in today.
I appreciate you letting me come in. Thank you.
Of course. That's Jessica Franks, the coordinator for the Red Kettle campaign. It'll be out in front of Walmart and Kroger starting on December 1st, and those funds are going back into the Taylorville community in amazing ways. My name is Tim Zalabak, the host of the WTIM Morning Show. I really appreciate you all for listening. You're listening to the WTIM, your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Now, Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylor.